Hey, Dena here. I thought I'd do a slightly more experimental vlog. I've been doing the kind where I just record my voice and then I throw in a bunch of cat pictures to convey whatever face I would be making, I guess, but I decided to actually film myself for a change. In fact, I'm actually tempted. I have no idea what the title card for this is going to look like, but I'm tempted to call it put face reveal on there, even though not like you've never seen my face before, but it's been a long time since I showed my face in a vlog. Anyway, yeah, it's so easy to just record my voice and not have to worry about setting up a camera, but this time I thought I would experiment with using my laptop's camera. So I'm not sure how great the picture quality is going to be, but I am using my mic, so at least it'll sound good. Yeah, like I said, just an experiment. If it looks terrible, maybe I won't do it again, but you know, it's just sometimes I like to throw together a vlog really quickly and not have to think about setting up things for it, and so I don't like to set up my camera to do a vlog. So that's why I've been doing the voice thing for so long, and why I'm trying to use my laptop. I actually have it set up on my desk, the desk that you normally see behind me when I'm doing film dens and game dens, and I realize my background right here isn't much to look at, but you know, at least I straightened up a little bit. Anyway, I realize this vlog is going up on a unusual day for me to put up a video, but today's kind of special. This is actually the 10-year anniversary of when I started my YouTube channel. So, you know, believe it or not, I'm not sure if that's easy to believe or not, but there you go. I've been on YouTube for 10 years as of the day that this video is going up. So I don't know how many of you have been with me from the beginning and how many of you are new, but either way, thank you for watching my videos and supporting me, I guess. It's kind of funny because even after 10 years, this anniversary, whatever, it's kind of forcing me to look back, and it's kind of weird because I'm realizing that even in the 10 years I've been making videos, I still haven't quite found my niche. I didn't really think about it until I was featured on Channel Awesome last year, and like the first time they did the featured producer thing on Channel Awesome, they actually had Doug make a little video. Doug, you know, Nostalgia Critic. He made a little video saying, you know, what was so great about that producer, and said nice things about them, you know, and the whole thing was to, you know, get more people to watch our videos, which was nice of them to do that. Anyway, and it was really interesting what Doug said, because it got me thinking about something I hadn't really thought about. He was like, our featured producer this week is Dena, and the interesting thing about Dena is that she does a little of everything. And I'm like, what? And he named off all the stuff I do, and I'm like, I guess that's true. It's because I think of my channel as being mostly game den and film den, but I've been doing all this other stuff on the side as I look at it. The easier to make videos like the Let's Plays and the Red Dwarf and My Little Pony vlogs, but yeah, I guess a casual observer would just look at my channel and go, oh, she does a little bit of everything. Which on one hand is nice for me because I have a lot of different interests, and it's nice to be able to bounce back and forth among different things I like and not focus too much on one thing and get tired of it. But, you know, I wonder if maybe that hinders my channel a little bit. People see that my channel is unfocused, and, you know, it just, I don't know, it's just something to think about. I don't know, I don't really have the answer. It's just something to think about. Like, I wonder if maybe my channel should be a little more focused. Like, when I first started making videos, it was all about taking a video game that I love that no one else, I don't want to say no one else, but taking a video game I love that's a little obscure and, you know, bringing attention to it. That's what I was doing when I first started making videos for Still Gaming, you know, my husband's show, which he hasn't done an episode in ages, but I'm hoping he'll pick it up again. I'm not going to tell you guys when or if that's going to happen, but, you know, hopefully someday Still Gaming will return. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about my husband's show. I'm here to talk about my channel. And I got off on a tangent there, but yeah, when I was doing videos for Still Gaming, I started off doing obscure games that I really loved that not too many other people had played, like Panzer Dragoon Saga and Alien Crush and just, games that no one else had ever heard of. That's what I liked making videos about. And then I found myself going a little more in the direction of analyzing them. And part of the reason I started my own series of videos was because Lee was getting on me about that, because it's like, oh, you're getting too much into details and your videos are getting too long, and he thought that people wouldn't be interested in that, and he didn't think that was a good thing to do. But I'm like, you know what? If I have my own show, I can do whatever the hell I want. So that's why I started doing the Game Den. And, I started talking about Silent Hill games, and, that got more in the direction of analyzing stuff. And so that became a little more what my show was about. And then, of course, I started doing film dens, and it's really just... My channel was meant to be me bringing things I like into light, games and movies, mostly horror games and horror movies. I sort of carved out a niche as doing horror stuff, but that's always kind of comes and goes. And the idea was to bring to light games and movies that I liked that maybe weren't so popular. And a lot of times I would end up analyzing them or just like pointing out things that I noticed that maybe other people didn't. And that's, and again, mostly horror games and horror movies. It was basically the Film Den and the Game Den were always my main shows. But then once I started trying doing videos as a full-time job, I realized I needed to put out more content. And of course, when you're doing it as a full-time job, you have more time to do that. So I started... Whenever I wasn't working on a film den or a game den, or a film den or a game den was in the planning stages, I started doing these videos that were quicker and more easy to do, like the My Little Pony vlogs and the Red Dwarf vlogs. And those, actually, now that I think about it, there's some analysis with those videos too, but yeah, genre-wise, my channel is just kind of all over the place now, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing. So anyway, I don't know what the future is going to hold for my channel. I probably need to go a little more in the direction of things that are going to get me more subscribers and more views from outside. Right now, I'm just like, I've gotten into the habit of just trying to please my subscribers, which, I like to do that, but it might not be what's best for my channel in the long run. But anyway, there's that. Again, I got off on a little bit of a tangent there, but there's that. One thing that happened this year, this is kind of an end of the year vlog, I guess, as well as an anniversary vlog. So one thing that happened this year was that I was a guest at a convention, a local Sacramento-based gaming convention. So that was interesting. It's only the second time I've ever been a guest at a convention, and only the second time I've ever been on a panel. The only other time was at MagFest, where I was on this Channel Awesome panel with freaking 20 other people on it, and I only ever got asked one question. Freaking everyone was asking questions of Linkara and Spoonie, and they got 95% of the questions. I got one out of the whole thing. I may have actually gotten two. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, I basically didn't have to do anything at that panel, so that was easy. This one that I did recently was a little more challenging, I guess, because there were only 5 other people on it, and they're way bigger YouTubers than me. I felt a little bit I actually felt a little bit out of my league at that panel, but I did okay. I was really nervous, but and there were a lot of questions in the beginning that they were just sort of asking the panel in general, and I would just kind of not answer some of them if I felt like I didn't really have anything intelligent to say, or interesting, if I felt like I didn't really feel like I had anything particularly interesting to say, or in some cases the other guys had already said what I would have said, so I'm just gonna let this one slide. I'm just pass. But yeah, in the end, I think I did okay. I didn't do badly, but it was my first panel where I was there with only a few other people, and I think at the end of the day I did pretty well. The convention in general was pretty good. I'm not like I said, I'm not a very big YouTuber, so I didn't have people I did have a table. And I didn't have like people flooding to my table, but I had like a few people come to my table. And it was like just enough to keep me busy and so that I wasn't bored or lonely. So that was pretty cool. I mean, I just, it's cool that I got to meet some fans, even if they're, you know, it was really only a few of them. But, you know, whatever, it was still pretty cool. And I'm most likely going to go back next year and be a guest again and, you know, do that whole thing again. So I guess that's all of the things about this year and things that have happened up until this point. I'm sure there's probably a lot more I could talk about. But I can't think of much else to say. So I also, I'm going unscripted obviously, but I have like a document, a Google Doc of like bullet points so that I don't forget to mention anything. I'm sure there are things I'm gonna think of afterwards that I should have mentioned, but oh well. So as for my future plans, although most of this is for like the near future, I think. I noticed a lot of, well, at least a few of the YouTubers I watched did Vlogmas, where it's like every day in December, or at least every day up until Christmas, they did some sort of little vlog or a vlog type video every single day. I obviously didn't get a chance to do that. I didn't even like know it was a thing until about 10 days into December, so I didn't bother with that, and frankly I was like way behind on my videos this month. But I think I want to try doing Vloguary, where maybe every day in January I'll do a vlog. I'm already kind of regretting that decision because I'm behind videos right now and I'm worried that might just make me further behind. But I don't have any big videos planned for January. My next film den is going to be in February. So maybe I can have time to do some little, probably not a vlog literally every day, but some sort of little video. There's a whole lot of stuff going on that went on this year that I wanted to make videos about. And I went to some little events where I took all this footage and I didn't do anything with it. So I thought, you know, that would be good things that I could make short little videos about. And I don't know if I have enough ideas to fill up the whole month, but I also, I filmed some footage that can go into some recipe videos, cooking videos. So that's another thing I can do. So I don't know if I have enough ideas to fill up all of a month, but I've been wanting to try it for a while. I've been wanting to take on that challenge of trying to do a video every single day for a month. I'll probably get some of them done ahead of time, but it's probably more like every few days I'll do a bunch of videos and they'll only go up once every day. But anyway, there's that. I talked about doing a Google Hangout a while back, and I do still want to do it. It's anytime I've sort of found out the hard way that anytime I think about meeting fans, it sounds like a great idea, and then the longer I think about it, the more nervous I get about it. So it's dumb, but you know, whatever. I still want to try to do the Google Hangout thing, and I'm thinking I might use this. That's another reason I wanted to test making a vlog with this laptop to see how that would turn out. Because I cannot use my camera that I normally film with, like for film dens and such. I cannot really use that as a webcam. I've tried hooking it up to my computer, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong or if it's just not made for that, but I can't use it as a webcam. So I wanted to try this and see if this would work. I know I talked about it ages ago, and I didn't completely forget. It just sort of got put on the back burner, and I do hope to do that sometime this year. I think it would be really cool to interact with you guys. Since, you know, I'm not like a huge YouTuber. In fact, I was actually kind of hoping, I don't even quite have, it's gonna sound like a bit of a humble brag, but I don't quite have 10,000 subscribers yet. I was kind of hoping I could hit that landmark when I got to my 10th anniversary, and unfortunately I didn't. I'm still in the let me look it up real quick, actually. 9,287. That's how many subscribers I have at the time I'm filming this. So I'm guessing I'm not gonna pass 10,000 by the time this goes up in like a couple days or whatever. But I mean, not that subscribers are that important. It's just, you know, 10,000 is kind of a landmark, and you know, it'd be nice to get there by now. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I got off track again. Yeah, since I'm not a huge YouTuber, I should probably, you know, take advantage of that and try to interact with my viewers a little bit more. And I do want to do that. It's just, it's a little bit daunting. I'm just one of those people, I'm always worried about what could go wrong. Like, oh no, I'm going to be boring and my, you know, it's just not going to work out and nobody's going to show up or whatever. So, you know, and I felt that way about the panel I did. I'm like, oh God, none of my viewers are going to show up at this panel. Nobody's going to ask me any questions. I'm just going to sit here on the end and not say anything the whole time. And that wasn't quite how it worked. In the beginning, I didn't say very much, but, anyway, I keep talking about that panel. I'm going to link to that in the description if you want to see it. Somebody did film it and it's on YouTube. So another goal I have for this year is I want to do more game dens. I kind of slipped into this habit of just doing, for my bigger videos, I'm just doing film dens these days. And honestly, film dens are much quicker and much easier than game dens because, you know, I don't have to, there's no game to play and you don't have to, you know, you don't have to record all this footage. You just get the movie and you know, edit it down and write the script, and you know, it's so much easier to cover a movie than it is to cover a game. But I've gotten maybe a little bit too far away from video game related content lately. I kind of felt that when I was at the here we go with the panel again, but I kind of felt that way when I was at the panel and everyone was asking me questions about my film den videos, and it was a gaming convention, so you know, it kind of got me thinking maybe I should do more video game content. I mean, I do still do Let's Play, so it's not like I don't do any video game content, but Let's Plays are not the main draw of my channel. Like, they probably get the fewest views out of everything I put out. But yeah, I want to do more game dens. As far as which games, I don't know. I did talk about maybe doing the spin-off Silent Hill games and that one fan game, Silent Hill Alchemilla, and there's those. But there's a whole lot of, there's a whole bunch of Sega Genesis games I'd love to make videos about. I keep meaning to do it. It's just, you know, I have to play them and gather all the footage. And I start thinking about that, and it's like, I'll just do another Hellraiser movie. By the way, because people are always asking about the Hellraiser videos, the next one's coming out in February. Just so you know, that's when the next Hellraiser film den is coming out. Oh, and speaking of game-related content, I keep meaning to bring back Pixels as Big as Cats. That's where I do very short little videos about Atari 2600 games. I originally stopped doing it because I used to use Camtasia, and at some point, Camtasia just stopped working on my computer. Now I have OBS for capturing software, so for capturing video game footage, so there's really no reason to not do them. It's just getting back into the habit. I've been trying to play more Atari 2600 games and just trying to see if I can get some ideas, and it's just a matter of doing it at this point. I also want to do more vlogs like these, where I just sit and talk in front of the camera with no game den picture with pictures of cats coming up. I want to actually sit and talk in front of a camera a little bit more often. I did get to where I was putting out some little vlog type video on Saturdays, and that's because sometimes it's just sort of fun and refreshing to edit together a video that's just really quick to edit together, you know, and after a certain point I just kind of got a little bit burned out on editing in general, and that's kind of why I stopped doing that. Also, I kind of ran out of things to talk about. It's like when nothing bad is going on with YouTube, it's like I don't really have anything to make a vlog about, but I'm going to try to do those a little bit more. It's probably not ever going to be a weekly thing. That's after Vloguary is over, obviously. And this doesn't really have anything to do with my channel, but I want to start doing pony commissions again. I've made and sold a couple of My Little Pony plushies, and I want to start doing that again because I want to get back to a point where I'm working on videos during the day, and then on the evening and on the weekends I can work on other stuff that will make some more money. So thinking of opening up commissions, I might do my Little Pony plushies, and I might do My Little Pony just regular art commissions too. I'll probably throw some examples up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. I can show you what I'm working on right now, actually. I'm currently working on Rarity, so that's how she looks so far, and you can kind of see how big she is. So, the hair, I'm currently trying to make patterns for the hair and the tail, and it is a pain in the butt. So, anyway, I will probably sell this once it's done if anyone's interested. I'll let you guys know when this is done if anyone wants to buy it. So, obviously you don't want to buy it now, but, you know, when it's done. So, let me put this back up. So I think that's mainly what I wanted to talk about. If I forgot anything, there's always like, I have plenty of vlogs I need to do for next month. So if there's anything I forgot about, I can just do a vlog about it in Vloguary. So yeah, as always, I want to thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate you sticking with me. I know, like I said, I'm become aware recently that my channel is just kind of all over the place and there's a lot of different stuff on it, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me even if like you don't watch all of my videos, you know, like maybe you don't like the My Little Pony ones, which is fine as long as, you know, you're not a dick about it. Just as long as you just don't watch those, that's fine. But anyway, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I hope you're all having a great holiday, and I hope everyone has a great 2017. I know 2016 has sucked. I actually, like, the morning that I'm recording this vlog, I actually just found out that Carrie Fisher died, and it was really hard, like, putting that aside and getting together the enthusiasm needed to make a decent vlog. So, yeah, I know about that, and in general, 2016 has just really sucked. So here's hoping that 2017 will be better, and hey, my channel just turned 10. That's pretty cool, right? Have a great 2017, and I guess that's it for now. See you next time.